Alright folks, hello and welcome to another video. My name is Leader Grev, and before we start I would like to let you guys know that this is not live commentary. It's commentary over some footage I got before of the game the letter V 6 times, Vvvvvv. Pretty fun game. You guys should definitely check it out. Check out the footage. Hope you enjoy that. A little quick other side note. Thank you very much for voting for me for King of the Web. I'm not going to be running in the elections that just started, because I want to give you guys a break. I want to give myself a break. Maybe I'll join the next ones, but right now, not really worried about that. Anyway, thank you very much. I ended up in 10th place in gaming and 28th overall. Pretty awesome, in my opinion. For a person with 2,000 something subscribers, you guys are a loyal bunch. Thanks a lot. I really appreciate it. Anyhow, what did I want to talk about? Oh, right. It's kind of... There's an element of melancholy being a second semester senior. Now, what that means is that my first semester of high school seniordom is over, and to an extent, I am now free of any responsibility. That's a terrible way to put it, but that's basically how it's perceived by a lot of people. What being a second semester senior means, really, is that your grades no longer affect college decisions, and what you do really doesn't have any impact on anything, except for your own personal dignity and stuff like that. But forget dignity. Who cares about that? And I mean, I don't intend to go drinking and going to crazy ragers all the time, because it's not what I do. It's not how I roll. I think I've made that clear in other videos, but I'm not that person. That's not me. So, I mean, I'm going to keep working and keep pushing at it, working on work ethic and such. Who knows what will come of that. But I don't intend to just drop my education and be like, fuck that noise. I mean, second semester seniordom. Woo! No, that's not what I'm doing. But it feels weird how much is out of my control right now. And, I mean, my grades no longer have any control over, what colleges I get into. And I have no control over what colleges I get into because I'm done with applications. Nothing I do really has an impact on my future. Or on the more visible parts of my future, so to speak. I mean, sure, there are smaller things. Maybe if I get bad grades, my parents will be mad. Stuff like that. But on a larger scale of, where I'm going to live in my future, for example, the next 4 years of my life, where that's going to be, out of my control now. I don't have power over that anymore. And it's kind of upsetting. Because all of high school, or most of high school, I can't include freshman year in that, I was sort of working towards this idea of, you know what, I gotta do well to get into a good school. That's my goal. And now that's sort of over, and high school has lost its luster. Because, I mean, it's winter, it's cold, but it's not, there's no snow, so it's dreary, there's nothing to do, and I've got, no motivation. And I'm still going to keep working, but it's a weird setting right now. Both of, mentally for me and physically around me. It's gray, it's windy, but I mean, it's winter. I don't know. But what I really wanted to talk about in this episode are some kind of personal things that, on one hand, I want to get off my chest, because it's been a while since I've used commentary as my method of talking to you guys and getting your folks, your guys, whatever, getting your opinions on certain topics and sort of using it as a way of getting stuff off my chest. And it's refreshing on one hand to start doing that again, but on the other hand, it means that I do have a problem, so it's a double-edged sword. I mean, get views, make money. On the other hand, talk about problems. Whatever. It's a fair trade. Anyhow, what I want to talk about is, and it feels really awkward, even bringing it up in conversation, talking to myself about it, but it's It's my girlfriend, the relationship I'm in right now. And I think it is going fantastically. I am absolutely in love with this girl. She's amazing at pretty much everything. Just like the cutest thing. She's like, I don't want to upstage anyone, but in my opinion, like the most amazing person for me right now. It's incredible. I am so happy. But on the other hand, this relationship, and completely my own fault, has exposed some of my worst qualities and some of my better qualities, some things that I wasn't entirely aware of, I guess, of the existence of these qualities. And a lot of it will go back to some of the commentary I did a while ago. This may kind of sound like a repetition of that, but it's something I want to talk about, and sort of like a little update on that. And it's that, imagine you're sitting at home, working on your computer, and you hear a knock on your door, and you go and open the door, and standing there is Abraham Lincoln, or Napoleon, or a respected historical figure, or someone you respect a whole lot, and they say, "Hey, I need some place to stay for a month or so." Like, that's incredible, and like this feeling of being with a person who is larger than life. That's actually kind of funny, because if my life were an English book or a novel, that'd be pretty symbolic. I'm one of the tallest, if not the tallest person in my school. My girlfriend is one of the shortest girls in my grade, but she's like this larger than life figure in terms of how, like, what she does. Her dad's been nominated for an Oscar. She's going to the Oscar. She's going to be probably on TV. She's been accepted into one of the top schools in the United States, number 4, Columbia University, which is its own layer of stress for me. That's, like, for me, who hasn't been accepted yet to any schools, that's terrifying. And not knowing what's going to happen to my relationship and that, and it's the worst. And stuff like she's a genius. She's amazing in every way, and sort of it feels weird. It's like waking up in the morning and sitting down next to Napoleon at your breakfast table and like munching on some Fruit Loops. And it's like, oh hey Napoleon, you're cooler than me, and your life is more eventful than mine, and what you do is a lot better than what I do, and how you've handled life is pretty fucking awesome too. Like, where do you stand there? Like, how do you stand next to someone and put yourself on that same level of like mutual partnership, knowing that this other person is so much better than you in every way? And that's a terrible quality that I found in myself, and I don't approve personally. I have problems with that. I don't like the fact that I'm jealous of. I'm happy, but I'm jealous of other people's success, and I'm like, you know what? I could be there. I consider, like, I don't want to sound like I'm bragging. I've said this in a couple of videos already, and I feel like it sounds like I'm bragging, but I'm really not. I like to think of myself as a pretty smart guy, like, you know, I'm above average. I do what it is I do. I've always, like, my parents have given me the support, and I have Asian-ish Soviet parents, so, like, it's always been tough, and I've always thought myself, like, cream of the crop sort of material. Don't even know how to put it. I don't want to sound like I'm bragging, but I mean, I guess that kind of is indirectly bragging, but that's what I've always thought of myself, and now it's basically, I feel jealousy, and I hate that. It's like, I don't want to be like this. I don't want to be upset and made jealous by somebody else's success, but I am. I want to be on that same level. I want to grow. I want to do these things that I don't do. I want to live up to certain expectations and standards that I haven't been living up to. And that's tough. It really is tough. And now my problem isn't really a big, real problem. Now that I consider it, it's not. Compared to the problems of some other people and some of the people living on Earth, my problems aren't that big. They're not that big a deal, but to me, it's something that worries me, and so I don't give you guys the impression, in my opinion, the false impression that I'm just whining, lazily kind of, and worried about nothing and have horrible character traits, because I really don't like that. I don't like that impression that I've been getting about myself, that I've been noticing these things, I'm actually, to an extent, kind of happy that these things have happened. First of all, I'm with a person who I absolutely love, who I think is like the best thing in my life right now, and moreover, I feel like these things have led to self-improvement. You know how I mentioned in my last video, and if you haven't seen it, that's perfectly fine, but if you have, you probably know what I'm talking about, that debate helps people grow. Well, when you're confronted with a problem, and I know this is a very, like, essay prompt sort of thing to say, but when you're confronted with adversity and problems, very often, if you have the right frame of mind, you overcome that. And I've been trying to do that, whether consciously or unconsciously, and what upsets me kind of is that my work ethic has kicked back in, and my drive to do things that I haven't before and to like make the most of what's been going on has been kicking in now that I'm in this mode where nothing really matters for college, and I'm sort of a late to the party, so to speak. But all of these problems have sort of given me an incentive to grow and to try to make myself better. And regardless of how my life plays out, I'll always be able to look back at this period and say, you know what, I did learn something. I got a lot out of this because I started looking at myself differently, and I recognized my own problems, and I recognized also my ability to counter that, my ability to say, you know what, I'm above that, and I've been doing this wrong, and I need to fix that. And that's pretty cool. So on one hand, I don't want to like hoist my problems onto you guys, walk around your brains with my dirty feet, but let me know what you guys think. What do you guys think of this like balance of, on one hand, being very upset and sort of like tossed out and feeling less than what you thought of yourself before, but also having that option, the potential to grow and say, you know what, if I'm having this problem, what's going to happen is I need to react to it, and I need to build on that, and I need to say to myself, you know what, this is what I need to make of it. And what do you guys think of that? I hope this is helpful to at least some of you guys, or some of you guys have some opinion on this. This recording was pretty like ramblo-matic and all over the place, and I don't know if I've gotten my point across. But I've realized, and unfortunately a bit too late, that problems are what we make of them, and it's a shame that I only got into this relationship now, and I'm only now realizing that I could be so much more than what I've made of myself, and now is my time. And unfortunately now being a time that doesn't really matter in terms of my future in like distinct phases, I guess, if you could say that. I've only realized now that I could be so much more than what I am, than what I've made of myself. And what do you guys think of that? Let me know what you guys think. I hope you enjoyed the video. I don't know if it's one of my best. Probably not. Very, very rambly and all over the place. But thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed the footage. More Minecraft footage coming out soon. I haven't played in a while. I don't know why. I can't really account for that. But I've been recording just random footage and then recording over that. Anyhow, thank you very much for watching. Thanks for all the support in King of the Web, and have a nice day.